Hi, this is Cindy Halpern. Happy Passover to everybody, my Jewish friends, my family, Robin and Scott in Orlando, and Boston, Dan, and Andrea, and all my Jewish friends. Passover has painful memories for me. Of course, we kept the Passover, and we used to have guests over our house almost every year. My friend Rose Vieira would come. Actually, Rose and I had our own Seder with baby Rob, and when I was divorced the first time on Hartford Avenue in Providence, Rhode Island, so Rose came to that. And Reverend Michael Nordstrom used to come to our house for Passover. And some of our Italian neighbors would come, and then one time a church had Mom conduct a Seder in their church, but they had everything kosher for Passover. They went all out, and there was nothing Mom couldn't eat, and she conducted it, and that went very well. And then they conducted their own. They didn't need her anymore. They knew how to do it, and every year the church did their own Passover Seder. And of course then last year we had a Passover Seder with my family origins, my little brothers last year. I was very happy. And then Mom, after that, kept Passover, but we didn't have any more Seders after my little brother passed away. And then when I was remarried again to David, my stepfather Frank, who wasn't Jewish but very pro-Semitic, of course came to the Seder with Mom. And Frank would make the salad, and Frank would bring the kosher wine, and Frank was into Passover. He kept it very strictly. Frank did. So Frank was like he was in the Yiddish play at the Jewish Community Center because he had a beautiful singing voice, and my stepfather learned the Hebrew. He was very smart. He learned a lot of languages like Mom did, and Frank was into the Jewish holidays a lot, but I digress. I was talking about Passover. And since I've been in New York, on Long Island, we don't have any Seders here. It's just Ted and me. Ted's Jewish also, we don't. But I keep the Passover. I buy all the Passover goods. I don't eat any bread or anything like that. A lot of Passover goodies and stuff like that. But Ted and I don't have a Seder at all anymore. No, I mean, Ted and I never actually had a Seder. Actually, I should say, when I was still back in Rhode Island, and Ted and I was still a couple, but I wasn't living here yet, Ted and I did go to the Passover Seder at Temple Sinai in Cranston, Rhode Island. He did go to that with me, but since I've actually moved here, we don't have a Seder. Actually, the house is in disrepair anyhow, but it's just Ted and me. My relatives, Robin and Scott, Florida, and Dan's, of course, in Boston. And I have distant cousins. I have my cousin in Arizona, my cousin in Delaware, so we don't do a Seder. But I remember all the Seders I had in my lifetime, and there were many happy times. Mom died April 9th, 2 years ago, so this year her yahrzeit will fall during Passover, her second yahrzeit, so I'm kind of weepy-eyed about that, missing my mom. And my Uncle Abe, Mom's brother, he died April 10th, 1986. And my stepdad died April 19th, 2011. And my grandfather, I never remember, Mom's dad, died April 16th. And my late father-in-law, Elliot Halpern, died April 6th. These were all different years. So April is teary-eyed for me, a lot of losses in April, but it's still about freedom and redemption, and Passover is still important to me, and I keep it in my heart and in my belly too. I still keep it. So this is to Seder's Past, and when I'm in the nursing home someday, don't you worry, I'm going to make them serve me Passover food. Oh, I'm not going to eat it at all. I'll be a very stubborn old person. But then again, I'm a very stubborn middle-aged woman anyhow. Happy Passover, everybody.